Nuclear exchange, fallout, sheltering, and community survival. Good morning. Today's lecture focuses on preparing for a nuclear exchange. This is not a prediction or a warning, but an explanation of risk and response. Understanding how these events work reduces fear and allows for rational decision making. This discussion will cover three areas: how a nuclear exchange affects people, why preparation is effective, and how harm can be reduced through sheltering and community planning. 1. The how. What actually happens? When a nuclear detonation occurs, its effects depend greatly on distance, terrain, and the actions people take afterward. Popular portrayals often suggest instant global destruction, but real world outcomes vary widely. Near the detonation site, there is an intense flash of light, extreme heat, and a powerful shockwave. In this immediate zone, survival is unlikely. Beyond this area, the most serious threat is not the blast itself, but radioactive fallout. Fallout is made up of radioactive particles and debris that are carried into the atmosphere and later settle back to the ground over hours or days. These particles can travel far from the explosion site and contaminate large areas. Exposure to fallout is the leading cause of radiation-related injuries following a nuclear event. Radiation levels are highest shortly after fallout begins, but decrease rapidly over time. In the first several hours, radiation intensity drops significantly, and it continues to decline over the following days. Because of this, survival often depends on limiting exposure during the early period rather than attempting immediate evacuation. 2. The why. Why preparation matters. Preparation is effective because radiation exposure can be reduced. Three core principles guide protection: time, distance, and shielding. Reducing the time spent in high radiation areas lowers exposure. Increasing distance from fallout sources decreases risk. Shielding with dense materials blocks radiation and provides additional safety. Prepared individuals and communities are better able to remain sheltered, access reliable information, and avoid unnecessary exposure during the most dangerous period. Sheltering, reducing exposure. Sheltering is one of the most effective actions following a nuclear event. The safest locations are indoors, preferably below ground, and surrounded by thick materials such as concrete or earth. Basements, underground garages, and interior rooms without windows offer the greatest protection. When underground shelter is not available, safety can be improved by moving to the center of a building, placing as many walls and heavy objects as possible between people and the outside, and avoiding windows and upper floors. Remaining sheltered during the initial fallout period is critical. Leaving shelter too early significantly increases radiation exposure. Movement should be limited until authorities or reliable sources indicate conditions are safer. 4. Supplies and basic needs. Sheltering requires basic supplies. Water is the highest priority, followed by non-perishable food, lighting, and access to information through a battery-powered or hand-crank radio. Basic medical and hygiene supplies are important, as radioactive particles can often be removed from skin and clothing through washing. These supplies support safety, health, and decision-making during the sheltering period. 5. Community planning and recovery preparation is most effective when approached at the community level. People are safer when they cooperate, share information, and assist vulnerable individuals. Communities benefit from identifying shelter locations in advance, establishing communication plans, and coordinating basic responsibilities. Simple organization and clear communication reduce panic and improve survival and recovery outcomes. Preparing for nuclear risk does not mean living in fear. It means understanding how harm occurs and how it can be reduced. Knowledge enables calm responses, effective sheltering, and collective action. Survival in extreme situations is driven by informed decisions, patience, and cooperation.